Hello everyone, this is Sage and welcome to the Executive Corner Expert Talks. And in today's show we have Mr. Jozsef Gacsal, the CEO and Head of Cybersecurity at Security Lit. And we will delve into the world of cybersecurity in today's show. Today's guest will share with us how the team at Security Lit offer their clients peace of mind as they identify, mitigate and respond to cyber threats now and in the future. So in today's show, we have Mr. Jozsef Gacsal, CEO and Head of Cybersecurity at Security Lit. Welcome, Jozsef.
Hi, Sage. Hi, everyone.
With your experience leading cybersecurity teams, we're keen to hear your insights. So cybercrimes are rising and so must the response to protect businesses. Simply installing antivirus software and basic firewalls is no longer really enough to fend off today's sophisticated cyber threats. So what methods do you suggest businesses should adopt to stay safe, please?
The first and the most important thing is to educate your employees and co-workers. This is the basic. They are the first and the last line of defense. So this is absolutely important. And the awareness and teaching the new habits. Basically, it's about a new culture. People have to learn because we are in this internet economy. More than 90% of the world trade goes through somehow through the internet, and this is a technology which was not really prepared for this when it was established. So sometimes it can be very dangerous, and many times, and in most of the cases, people make decisions on what they are doing with their laptops or telephones on whatever device they are using. There are very good advices that think twice before you click anything. And based on that, you can avoid most of the problems. Of course, there are technical things you can do. I'm thinking about use of VPNs, virtual private networks. These are now available on every device, and in this remote working environment, these are basically essentials. The multi-factor authentication, it's another very useful tool in our fight with the cyber criminals. And if you go further in this road, regular network and application checks are needed for businesses who are running mostly on the internet. You have to keep the pace with the patches coming out from, for example, you could say a few weeks ago, Apple sent out a patch every week. So there is a reason behind that. So don't forget to patch your devices. The best is to keep it automatically, and these systems can do it without problems. If you have a small or medium enterprise, even there it's good practice to keep your inventory. You should know what you want to protect. So that's why it is important to keep these things, and you should know who can access what on your network. It's another important thing, because we are working and living on data. And if we mention data, backups, this is very important, especially if you get a ransomware attack. Then you have to go back somehow to your previous life, and then the backups are come handy. And you can go backups into the cloud, you can go with backups to your office, even both. It doesn't really matter today. You can do it both. And if you want to be very cautious, I suggest to encrypt your data everywhere. This is very important, because now the criminals have new methods where they are basically publicizing your data when it's stolen, and then you are in trouble, because your data is visible to everyone. So the general advice is that be a hard target, because the criminals have an ROI, which is strange, but it's their time. So if you are a hard target, they will look for an easier one. So this is how you can start to think about this situation.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights. You're absolutely right there. And I think a lot of countries try to actually come together to fight against cybercrime and share as much information about their experiences and case studies and how they are preventing it. And unfortunately, the small to medium enterprises are at the forefront of vulnerabilities. Would you please elaborate on the common cybersecurity risks, threats and vulnerabilities that some small to medium enterprises are experiencing, please?
Yeah, first and foremost, this is the year of the ransomware. So this is the most dangerous today for all of the enterprises, regardless of size. So this is what we are living today. It became a public tool, a public knowledge, unfortunately, how to use these tools. And not just experts, but basically anybody can become a cyber criminal, which is a sad news for everybody, but this is the world we are living in. So this is the most important factor or vector where you can expect attacks or damage to your business. And there are secondary damages, your reputation. Your business partners maybe will think about working with you in the future because something happened with your business and it became public. So this is a very big problem. And the other area where you can see problems or experience is with the authorities, the law, because if your business became a victim of these attacks, then you can be in trouble with the regulations like GDPR or the various privacy protection acts in the world, in California and New Zealand. Basically now it's everywhere, and then you can be in trouble with this as well. So this can be a big danger for SMBs. And there are other tools which are not necessarily ransomware. So you can be a part of a zombie network. You don't know about this. It's just running on your PC in the background. It uses your machine time, your energy. And for example, you can be a part of the botnet which attacks a government institute in, I don't know, in the USA. So, and you don't know about this. So it can be a very dangerous situation because you can become a part of a politically motivated attack.
Exactly. That's not a very nice position to be in. And you've mentioned patching, you've mentioned backing up data and even encrypting data as being very important to trying to maintain a secure environment. Now, the most awaited question is how to turn smart cyber investments into business benefits and revenue generation. Because as we know, money talks, and to increase profit and deliver real returns on investments. Can you share any insights in this space, please?
Yes, so basically the first thing what you can experience if you have a proper cybersecurity hygiene or cybersecurity culture in your company, that your operations became or stay more predictable. You can keep your business running all the time. For example, if you have a website, it will not just stop working or have a problem with the payments. So first and foremost, it is about running your business and keeping it running. And this is very important. Basically, this is why people are doing this stuff. But if you have want another example, for example, you are a software developer. You do it for your customers who are in a certain area, and it's not a huge business like Microsoft or Google, but you have some customers, and you have to make steps to establish secure by design and secure coding culture with your developers, because most of the problems comes from the first step when somebody starts to write a software. So this is very important. And then with these steps, you can prove to your customers that your business is safe from cybersecurity perspective, so they can deal with you without any hassle or problem. And this is very important. And of course, less interference from the authorities. It can be a very important advantage. And if you want to go to the world market, and why not? The internet makes it possible. Then you can have much more business out of it, because you can take your product or services to the world market. And now it's easy, but there are everywhere concerns about the last 10-20 years when many things change in this regard. So you have to be ready to go to the world market, but you have to make some steps, and then you will have, of course, a much better ROI for your efforts.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights there. And artificial intelligence has played a big part in maintaining good cybersecurity for many businesses. In your opinion, what has been the recent groundbreaking innovations in artificial intelligence in this space, please?
It's very interesting. So in our profession, what's happening that artificial intelligence arrived to have the defense, and unfortunately it's being used, at least on the experimental level, by the attackers. And why it is happening? It's very simple, that we are overloaded with data in the defense. We have a lot of sensors on the networks which provide us with a lot of data, and somebody or something has to compute it and process it. And now we are well beyond the capabilities of the human. And now we have to start to use, at least for this repetitive, daunting task, something else than the human mind. There are a lot of signs of it. If you think about, for example, people who are working in the security operations centers, they have a big problem with burnout, because they are just overloaded. All that every day, it's 24/7 operation, and they have to understand a lot of input from everywhere. And this is where artificial intelligence comes into the play, because then you can give this task to the AI. You have to teach it. You have to start with patterns and very simple tasks. But these self-teaching algorithms can accelerate on this, and they can take over a lot of work from these employees. And these kind of ideas can be implemented on the endpoint, like your personal computer or even on your telephone. So this is what's happening, that this artificial intelligence for the defense goes into the background. You will not see it, but we will experience the benefits of it. So this is very important. And of course, as with almost everything, there is a dark side, and attackers can use it to make basically bigger attacks, because artificial intelligence can multiply their efforts as well. And this is happening as well. So, and it's a kind of breakthrough, but nobody is happy about it, for sure. But we should know about this, because then we can understand what's happening.
Exactly. And I think a lot of businesses do what they can to keep themselves out of the news when they're affected by these type of attacks. And sometimes cyber criminals find passwords of IT administrators online and things like that, and gain access to systems that way, which is, I don't know, it doesn't seem to make any sense that passwords would be saved online somewhere. So it seems ridiculous in this day and age. But yes, analytics would help to identify abnormal patterns, I suppose, in the use of systems. And we can't extend the need for spreading more cybersecurity awareness any more than we already have today from what you've told us. Thank you so much for reiterating that to the viewers here. Building up that awareness in the community is so important. So how do you at Security Lit in particular work on the awareness front?
We have many activities, and we start with ourselves. We are SMB, we are a target as well. Mm-hmm. So we have to establish this culture in our company first. And after we can go to help others if we do it properly. So we started this with ourselves. And this is an ongoing thing. So there is no deadline or, end of the project date. We have to do it every day, and we have to think about this every day. On the activities side, we are doing many things, and I have to mention our CEO Ankita Dakar, who is the engine of this, and she runs a lot of programs. We are cooperating with universities on hackathons and to help the students to understand this stuff. There is a YouTube channel where she shares a lot of information about this stuff, targeting SMBs, so similar companies like we are, and to tell them what we are doing and what they should do, how they should think. So this is a very valuable information. We have similar activities on LinkedIn, of course, and of our website. And now we are about to start a newsletter for possible customers and similar companies. So we have a lot of activities which are freely available. On the other hand, of course, if we are asked, we do seminars and trainings for SMB customers and their employees. So we go in and we give them two-level training about how to handle these situations. And I think it's not bad from basically an SMB company. So we have a lot of activities, and we are happy to do this.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights on today's show. And it's such a commendable effort what people in the cybersecurity space do. And best of luck with your near-term goals with Security Lit. Was there any last comments you'd like to share with the viewers at all?
I think I just go back to the beginning that please think twice. So this is the most important thing, because then you can avoid most of the situations. And many thanks for your invitation and your time. And I think we can help a lot of customers in the future as well.
Absolutely, yes. We'd like to see less cybercrime and more people gaining from their projects instead. So thank you for making time for us again, Jozsef. And that's all about we have time for today. And viewers, if you've just joined us, we had a very interesting discussion with Mr. Jozsef Gacsal, the CEO and head of cybersecurity at Security Lit. Please watch the full interview at 𝐾𝐞 Media on YouTube. And as we say, stay apprised and invest wise with 𝐾𝐞.